It was a cold February night in 2007 when Taralynngrant vanished. The 34-year-old mother of two from Washington Township, Michigan, was last seen on February 9th. Her husband, Stephen Grant, reported her missing 5 days later.
She left after an argument.
The community was puzzled. How could a successful businesswoman and devoted mother just disappear? Stephen Grant's story didn't add up. He said Tara had called him from her cell phone after leaving, but records showed no such call. He claimed she had gone to Puerto Rico for work, but her employer hadn't heard from her.
Friends and family described Tara as a loving mother and dedicated professional.
Beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. Those close to her spoke of tensions in her marriage. Neighbors reported hearing arguments from the Grant home. The police began to focus their attention on Stephen Grant. On March 2, 2007, the case took a horrifying turn. Police executed a search warrant on the Grant home and found Tara's torso in a plastic container in the garage. The search expanded to a nearby park, where more of Tara's remains were found scattered in the snow.
The community's worst fears were confirmed. Stephen Grant fled as the police closed in, heading north into Michigan's Upper Peninsula. For days, a massive manhunt ensued. Finally, on March 4th, they found him hiding in Wilderness State Park, suffering from hypothermia.
In custody, Stephen Grant confessed to strangling Tara during an argument on February 9th and dismembering her body.
The confession answered many questions, but raised others.
The case began to shine a light on the often hidden issue of domestic violence. It forced many to confront the uncomfortable truth that abuse can happen anywhere. The community reeled from the brutality of the crime. The trial of Stephen Grant began on November 27, 2007. The courtroom was packed with media from across the country. The prosecution's case was strong, with Stephen's confession and physical evidence.
Stephen's defense argued it was a crime of passion.
The prosecution showed Stephen's lies and cover-up efforts. The jury deliberated for less than a day. On December 21, 2007, they found him guilty of second-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to 50 to 80 years in prison.
Tara's family and friends sighed in relief.
The Taralynngrant case sent shockwaves through Washington Township and beyond. This quiet suburban community was suddenly thrust into the national spotlight.
The case shattered the illusion of safety that many suburban residents held dear.
Media coverage was intense, and the case became a topic of discussion across America. The impact on the local community was profound. Schools held counseling sessions and churches organized prayer vigils. Local domestic violence organizations saw an uptick in calls and volunteers.
Years after the trial, the case continues to resonate. The community has worked hard to heal and support Tara's children. The Taralynngrant case serves as a somber reminder of the need for vigilance and action in the face of domestic abuse.
The Taralynngrant case brought the issue of domestic violence into sharp focus.
It's a stark reminder that domestic violence doesn't discriminate.
Experts point out that domestic violence often follows a pattern, starting with controlling behavior and emotional abuse, then escalating to physical violence. In Tara's case, friends later revealed signs they had missed.
There were arguments, controlling behavior from Stephen, and Tara's growing unhappiness.
The case highlighted the challenges victims face in seeking help. Many victims feel trapped, ashamed, or afraid to come forward. In Tara's case, she struggled to break free from an abusive situation despite her resources.
In the wake of the case, there was a renewed push for domestic violence awareness and prevention. Organizations saw an increase in funding and volunteers. The Taralynngrant case serves as a tragic reminder of the cost of inaction.
Taralynngrant's life was cut tragically short, but her story continues to make an impact. Her family keeps her memory alive through scholarships and awareness events.
The case has become a rallying point for domestic violence prevention.
Tara's story is a powerful reminder of the consequences of domestic abuse. It underscores the importance of early intervention and support.
As we remember Tara, we're called to action. Her story reminds us that domestic violence is a community issue. It challenges us to speak up and be part of the solution. It urges us to support organizations and advocate for stronger laws. In doing so, we honor Tara's memory and work towards a future without such tragedies.